In the psyche of every Jeeping enthusiast lies a crossroads. It's the inescapable intersection of this is my daily driver and I gotta take care of it because my wife will kill me if I wreck it, and yeah baby, but this is one badass mofo of a machine, purpose-built and ready to rock. Well, join me as I seek to find what the Gladiator is capable of, what I'm capable of, and where the search for adventure intersects common sense. It's Moab 101 at Dome Plateau. Buckle up, because here we go. So this video is going to be a little bit different. Less about obstacles on the trail and more about obstacles in my brain. Today, day one of our first Jeeping trip to Moab, today was my destiny with Jeeping fate as my personal crossroads intersected on the climb up Dome Plateau. Rated a moderate to difficult 5, I figured, how hard can it be? But just like that fateful day when Robert Johnson sold his soul at the infamous Mississippi Crossroads, becoming master of the Delta Blues, today I'd meet my Jeeping Nemesis at the crossroads of Dome Plateau, with a good angel on one shoulder and a bad angel on the other, fighting for my baptism into Moab four-wheeling. Now, it should be noted that this is not my first trip to Moab. I should have known better. I'd been here many times with the guys, and we'd hit most of the notable trails. But we were on dirt bikes, and as it turns out, that's significantly different than doing Moab in a Jeep. So here we sat, at the bottom of the incredibly spectacular Dome Plateau. I'd made the decision. I wasn't going to own a Jeep and not take it to Moab. The Gladiator had a date with destiny. And as it turns out, so did I. All was good as we crossed the Colorado River to the Dome Plateau trailhead. We were fresh off Onion Creek, where we had started the day ripping a few dozen stream crossings with our long-time but new to off-road friends, Craig and Linda. And we were having a blast. The jokes were flying and the laughter was infectious. Well, right up until it wasn't. I think it might have been that first off-camber 20-degree roll and side slip that seemed to drop a cloak of uncertainty over my passengers with regards to my driving skills on four wheels. Or, you know, sometimes three wheels, but hey, it's a Jeep, right? It's funny, everyone was content to ride inside up till now. But as soon as I stopped to fiddle with the musical playlist I'd set up, they were all getting out. And no one, not one, wanted to get back in the Gladiator. I saw why right after I rounded the next corner.
We're just getting started.
As the saying goes, talk is cheap, and actions speak louder than words, boy. After all the times I saw videos and told my wife Sharon, no problem, this trail is easy, my dismissive comments were flooding back to haunt me as I slowly crept up the first obstacle with trepidation and an uneasy feeling about what lay beyond. In the back of my mind, I could clearly hear her voice saying, I told you so. The sweeping left-hander was rising steeply to the top of the mesa with a dozen plus broken up rocky stair steps, taunting and beckoning me to come and enjoy what should have been a mind-blowing overlook over the Colorado River Gorge. None of the stair steps were really that difficult on their own, but as a whole, back to back, my anxiety was steadily growing, and that was enough to give me pause. Well, it was late in the day, and several storms were approaching from different directions. My passengers seemed to have mutinied on me, and I was left alone with my thoughts, and I was beginning to doubt my judgment. The crazy cliffside overlook was spectacular, but it did nothing to assuage my anxiety as I looked ahead. I could feel those angels now slapping each other. Do it! No, turn back! No! Do it! No, turn back! I felt chained down in the middle of that proverbial intersection. Common sense on one side, my sense of adventure on the other. Did the trail get harder? Could the Jeep make it? I don't know, but I was determined to do the difficult portions and earn my Moab credentials. So onward we went. Passengers firmly committed to walking. It didn't really help my dwindling pride when I got passed by a couple of septuagenarians in side-by-sides that didn't seem to have a care in the world, easily clearing every obstacle and leaving me in the dust. I know that by this point, every seasoned Jeeper out there is laughing out loud at me, but I'm betting that somewhere in the back of their minds, they can remember meeting their Nemesis long ago. Leave some comments if you have a story to tell. Extra credit for links. Well, as it turns out, we completed the difficult 5-rated part of Dome Plateau. And at the top, it got easier and way more scenic, if that's even possible. My anxiety slowly turned to amazement as the trail opened up and the vistas came into more intense focus. I knew there were a few more tricky sections down the trail, but this trail is close to 30 miles long, and we didn't have time to finish it out. Still, in my heart, I knew I would be back, and I'd saved Dome Plateau for a day entirely dedicated to itself. I still wanted to get to the impressive overlook over top of the world, and Onion Creek, and the La Salles. And I know we needed a full day to do that. Next time. So we continued on for a bit further. The trail meandered up and down into picturesque canyons, up ridges, and ever closer to the bluffs where the colors were spectacular with the light rain bringing them to life. The ever-present slabs of slick rock in the trail were no longer intimidating. The steep downhills were not nearly as scary, as I think my brain must have recalibrated into Moab Standard Time. Whenever I'm in Moab, I never cease to be amazed at God's multi-layered and textural handiwork. And although I've been all over the world playing music and seen so many cool and different parts of the globe, there is something uniquely magical about Moab that is innately spiritual and humbling, drawing me ever deeper into God's presence. I just can't get enough of it. And with those bittersweet thoughts and emotions firmly planted, I had to turn the Gladiator back around. The storms were brewing and the day was almost over. Moab and the Utah Canyonlands are truly a special place that continue to draw me back like a moth to the flame. After this trip with Craig and Linda, Sharon and I have made a commitment to get back more often to meander around Moab. There is so much left to discover here that we'll never get to do all of it in this lifetime. The trail seemed somehow easier on the way out, and I'm sure that knowing what was ahead played a big part. But whatever the reason, I enjoyed the trip out much more than the trip in, as I had a chance to really think and contemplate the insights that the intersection at Dome Plateau had brought to me. The dueling angels seemed to have come to a truce, and I think they were enjoying a frothy beverage at the Moab Brewery or somewhere, and finally leaving me alone. The mutiny seemed to have been quelled, and gradually everyone got back in the Jeep, even though they did get out on the now downhill stair steps. And a number of bottom line conclusions clearly came into focus as I thought about where this trail had brought me. First, I have a long way to push the Gladiator with its big Clayton lift and 35-inch tires before it even begins to flinch. I've got so much performance headroom that I'll probably never catch up to its abilities. It's a killer vehicle for our adventures. And second, I need to get my four-wheeling skills up to the level of my two-wheeling skills. More time, more trails, more obstacles, more successes, and yes, more failures. All planned for the future, and we're going to be making videos as well, so you can join us remotely for a little slice of adventure. And perhaps one of the most important takeaways I found is that I need to balance common sense and my sense of adventure. Adventure's a part of who I am, and I want to keep that alive and well, because it's what feeds my creativity. So thanks for joining us, and an extra special thanks for letting me ramble on about my Jeeping Nemesis. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and leave your comments below. It really helps the channel be seen by more folks like yourself. If you like the music in today's video, please consider supporting us and the artists who perform our music by listening on your favorite streaming service. It's free. Hope to see you out on the trails. Until then, adventure on.